The Dutchman Johan Cruyff was one of the best players in the world during the 1970s, but his extraordinary technical abilities did not help him win the world title, so that after he led his country to the final of the World Cup in Germany, 1974, he refused to participate in the next edition, which took place in 1978 in Argentina, for reasons that remained unknown and raised many interpretations for a full 30 years, before he himself revealed the truth in 2008, which was an exciting and sad story at the same time, which led many who read it to increase the degree of appreciation and respect for this distinguished sports figure. Johan Cruyff, born in 1947 in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and died in 2016 in Barcelona, was the first player to win 3 times the Ballon d'Or award, which at that time was only awarded to European players. The Dutch magician also won the European Cup for Champions clubs, the former name of the Champions League, with Ajax Amsterdam in 3 consecutive years, 1971, 1972, and 1973, before he moved in the summer of 1973 to FC Barcelona in a record deal at the time, estimated at 6 million Dutch florins, about $2 million. Johan Cruyff played for Barcelona until the summer of 1978, during which time he won the La Liga title in the 1974 season, the Spanish Cup in the 1978 season, and the title of Best Foreign Player in La Liga for the 1977 and 1978 seasons. In addition to winning the European Golden Ball as a superstar at Barcelona in 1974, he was also named the best player at the 1974 World Cup in West Germany. Most sports pundits of the time were unanimous that the Netherlands missed out on the 1974 World Cup title, which was well within their grasp, after a superb performance throughout the finals, through the comprehensive football practice by coach Rinus Michels, which was excellently executed by the Ajax Amsterdam players such as striker Johnny Rip, defender Ruud Krol, and midfielder Johan Neskens, supported by stars from other clubs such as attacking midfielder and captain Cruyff, and left winger Rob Rensenbrink. After the Netherlands topped their group in the first round, thanks to 2 wins over Uruguay, 2-0, and Bulgaria, 4-1, and a draw with Sweden, they continued their brilliance in the second round, achieving 3 consecutive victories against Argentina, with 4 clean goals, of which Cruyff scored 2, East Germany with 2-0, and Brazil with the same result, during which captain Johan scored 1 goal. The Netherlands then qualified for the final, where they faced West Germany, the organizers of the tournament, who, despite benefiting from the home and public factors, struggled against Cruyff and his teammates, as the Orange team was leading from the second minute of the match, with Johan Neskens' goal from the penalty spot, after Cruyff was tackled in the operational area, before the home team turned the tables thanks to Paul Breitner and Gerd Müller. After that bitter failure to win the world title, the Dutch were determined to redeem themselves at the next edition of the World Cup, which took place in 1978 in Argentina, but failed again, losing in the final, 3-1. The 1978 World Cup took place in the absence of Johan Cruyff, who, after leading the Dutch national team to qualify for the finals through the European qualifiers, surprised international sports fans by missing the trip to Argentina for reasons that remained unclear for 30 years. At the time, the press circulated several explanations for the Dutch football legend's absence from his country's national team, most notably a disagreement with the local football federation over the amount of financial incentives allocated to players participating in the World Cup. Another hypothesis was that Cruyff refused to participate to denounce the dictatorial rule of General Jorge Videla, who ruled Argentina from 1976 to 1981 and died in prison in 2013. Cruyff denied this hypothesis several years later, explaining in one of his statements that the absence was not for political reasons, and that if that were the case, he would not have played for so long in Spain under the military dictator Franco. Johan Cruyff waited until 2008 to reveal the real reason for his absence from the World Cup finals in Argentina, and that was on the Catalonia radio station. Cruyff said the reason for his absence was personal. He and his family were robbed at his home in Barcelona, just a few months before the start of the World Cup. Johan explained, "Someone came, put a gun to my head. I was tied up. My wife was tied up. The children were with us in our apartment in Barcelona." He added, recounting the aftermath, "After that attack, my children went to school under police escort, and my house was guarded for several months." Cruyff explained that after the armed attack, he made a decision not to be away from his family for several weeks if he traveled to Argentina for the World Cup, concluding his statement by saying, "Sometimes there are principles in life that are prioritized more than others." This dramatic incident took place in late 1977, and after several months of reflection, Johan Cruyff decided to retire from the Dutch national team, for which he wore the shirt in 48 official matches, during which he scored 33 goals, and his first goal was against Hungary on September 6, 1966, in his first international match. After retiring in the summer of 1978 at the end of his contract with FC Barcelona, he emigrated to the United States in 1979 to escape the pursuit of the Spanish tax authorities, and used the opportunity to increase his financial income by returning to football, playing one season with the Los Angeles Aztecs, 1979 to 1980, and another with the Washington Diplomats, 1980 to 1981. In the spring of 1981, Cruyff returned to Spain to play only 3 months with Levante in the second division, then moved to his first club, Ajax, where he played for 2 seasons, before retiring with Dutch club Feyenoord Rotterdam in the 1984 season. After retiring from playing, Johan Cruyff turned to coaching, overseeing Ajax from 1985 to 1988, then Barcelona from 1988 to 1996, before devoting himself to sports analysis and philanthropy until his death on March 24, 2016. Johan Cruyff's World Cup story is a blend of outstanding performances, missed opportunities, and principled stands. His legacy in the World Cup is highlighted by his brilliance in 1974 and his notable absence in 1978, each event adding to the complex narrative of a footballer who transcended the sport. His impact on football tactics, his commitment to his principles, and his influence on future generations of players and coaches ensure that his name remains synonymous with the beautiful game.